All right. Knife. Let's get a knife. Set this up. Should be good. Okay, good. We can do the TikToks. Oops. What do we need? Place this blade. Updates. Every time I open this, it's got another update. And then, oh, it's restarting. How much is Plotter in a software? Plotter will range anywhere from $500 to like $8,000, and a software will run you typically like 120 to 200 a month. It varies a lot based on what you want to get for a machine. So we go that button, go live, go live. Okay, and then we click this. Nope. No, I didn't click that. This one. Activate. Okay, now we're good. 25 Atlas this week. Any tips? Pay attention to this one. This isn't an Atlas, but you're gonna have similar seals. Kia and Nissan seem to be going this route. They're just like wider seals, but I still don't pull the lower seals. That would probably be the easiest. So you're either going to want to look up a video on what's involved for just popping the seal. Sometimes it's really not a big deal. Okay. We'll click start. Do bottom load often? No. No, not at all. Not often at all. It's just preference though. Bottom loading's the easier installation. But I suffered through learning how to not do that. And so I generally don't have to. But preference. You take walk-ins? No. Not unless we just have nothing going on and somebody's here, like, they just walked in the door. It's like, sure, I would do something like that. I worked at a lot of places that did walk-ins, and it's a very normal part of the business, but it depends on how you want to run things. I just like taking deposits and going by appointments. Some shops are, hey, first come, first serve in the morning. So I'd say it always just matters based on your demand. You know, depends on the types of people you want to cater to. There's nothing wrong with taking walk-ins. It's just the type of person. The impulsive client is just like, who can I get to today? Right now. I just don't care for that. You're a working man lately. Always. You just don't always see what's going on. I mean, when would I have time to set up something like this? A terrarium for, window film torture. Okay, we are doing carbon 35. And then we're doing 50 on the windshield. I need mine done today. Yeah, and when there's something that I'm pretty sure I want to buy, I'm like, oh, I gotta go get it. How soon can I get it? All right. But when getting a service like this done, I mean, I would just weigh my options first between a few places. If they both looked comparable, then sure, whichever one's giving me a better price and can get me in sooner. We got film for quarter windows. Should probably save this then. Tint over factory tint? Yeah, absolutely. Factory tint is just glass. You can't remove it. You can darken it. $20. This is $35. See, we had to make a choice, and I hate making this choice. A lot of vehicles come in for like a factory match, and then you put a meter on it, and it meters 22, 23, 24, and you're like, ah, shit. So that was this one. So now we have to make a decision. Do we go a little bit lighter? Or do we go a little bit darker? Because I don't have a 30. I want a 30. Used to Tint full time 3 years ago. Your videos helped me out a lot. Oh, I appreciate that. Glad they did. About a sample Windshield 50? 50 in what? They do sell sample rolls, but you'd have to buy one. Okay. Interesting that. This is really weird. I gotta get more AAA batteries for this. Oh, there it goes. Now it's coming back on again. No, give me Fahrenheit, please. 123, 120, and then this says 109. Oh, there, like what? That's really hot. That's 120. Okay. Okay, so I think it's pretty accurate. Just depends on like where the sensor is hitting, where the little probe is. I'm trying to maintain things at a certain hot, humid temperature. See how close we can get to it. Like I want a sunny day. You put the plastic on the inside of the window? What? That's crazy. We are putting together a window film torture box. Because I'm weird like that. To set up some kind of a baseline. I get asked enough about this cheap film, that cheap film. And I just want to put them in a box and see if they last. But we also need to put some good films in there too. So I'm figuring out some type of accelerated torture box and see which ones last the longest. So we're gonna put them in we got humidity and heat. This is a halogen bulb. This puts out a lot of IR, but also more natural spectrum. And then this is a mercury bulb. This puts out a lot more UVA, UVB, and some daylight spectrum as well. So we're hitting it with extremes, and then we want to keep it humid and hot. And we're just going to cook it 24/7 until something fails. There's no film on there right now, but I have a mini windshield. See that guy? See that guy right there? We're going to put a film on that. And I'm trying to decide what film to do first. I gotta see what cheap films I have laying around. I have a unopened box of, we dig back through here in the archives, Supreme Carbon from Tint X in 20%. Supreme Carbon. Is that their starting carbon? That's not Pure Max. That's like their cheaper stuff, right? Mini windshield with the mini squeege. Playing with the potential fire if you run it unmonitored. This will shut off by temperature, which is nice. So if it goes over 120, the heat shuts off. See, and then it'll cool back down. Other than that, it's just, it's for a terrarium, except that thing. I don't really think, I'm not really worried about a fire with that one. But once the temperature drops below 100, this will kick back on. Drainage in the floor? I wish. I do not. We have 5% ceramic all the way around and 5% brow. It's like a pet winch. That's exactly right. That's exactly what it is. It's literally a terrarium setup. Garage floor tile. This is race deck. Well, I want to see it kick back on. We're at 130. It's. I have two different humidity things. This up here says it's 50, and the actual humidifier with the probe says it's like 35. I don't believe that though. Oh, there we go. Kick back on. I like it. Without a doctor's note. Which is better, 5 or 20? That's so hard to answer. It's personal preference on that one. I've never quite been a 5% person. I've gone. Excuse me. I've been 15. I had 5 on my windows for a very short amount of time. Put them on my front doors, sat in it. I'll do it on the back, just not on the front. It's funny. People are asking about walk-ins, and we literally have somebody that walked in. It's unusual for this place. All right, so we are two-staging this one. Tighter seals, wider seals, but we're still gonna do it. If you want the easier way to do it, I don't know what it takes to pull this back other than I try here. There's probably a screw here. There's probably a couple more. But the easier way to install this would be to pull the seal out. But they make the seals wider and they're reasonably tight, but it's not the craziest. Definitely not the craziest. So we're gonna two-stage these. This is gonna be like the Elantras. What type of tape to use for taping the seals? Why tape the edges? So it just helps with dirt. When you have a new car, it's not going to do much, especially when the seals are rubber. But over time, dirt builds up, and then especially if you have felt seals, So it's a really good way of essentially giving you a brand new seal to tint against instead of tinting against a dirty rubber seal. Same thing for the gel that we're spraying on the edges too. See how it's thick? Gives us a nice barrier. We're using OptiGlide on this one. Isn't wet in the door? Yes, there is wet in the door. But no more than when it hurricanes outside. This one we stock now. So we have Instagel and we have OptiGlide. Gonna check. See, we're nice and covered there. Good. Nice and close. How do you make the seal guard tape stick? It just sticks. I don't have to do anything to the seals to make it stick. What are you tinting that it's just falling off? So like, now this is going back over a year though. We had an older version and then we changed it to a better version that sticks more consistently. But we've had that for like at least over a year now at this point. I think. Feels like it. What I find with a lot of door panels is it depends on if they're coated with something. Where could I get that tool? Oh shit, which one? Oh, for tucking. I will show you. I'll show you exactly what it is. Your mic has a bit of a rasp, but it's all right. That's goofy. Let me put it on this side. Why do you never bottom load? I just learned to not do that. And so that's why I two-stage most everything. I just spent years getting comfortable with doing it this way. And then I saw people disassembling door panels, taking out seals, and that's what we teach new people. We teach people how to bottom load first, and then we introduce two-staging to them. But it's two different ways of doing the same thing. So that just comes more naturally to me now. It would take me longer to remove the seal than just to do that. two staging just takes longer. Well, for some people. And you got to consider, like, you should play to your strengths. So, like, when you develop habits of taking seals out, you know what you're going into before you pull in the car. A lot of times, I have to look up a video and see what we're doing to remove a seal. It takes me more time, so I keep going back to what I do faster and better. So it's not that I couldn't learn it. I just never really feel like it, because the trade-off to me is like there's not much of a point. I can bottom load if I want to. I just don't feel like it. How do you remove dust after tinting? You're asking the wrong question. The question is how to never get dust there in the first place. Because once it's there, you're not removing it. Oh, don't you love it? See, this is why I would rather plotter cut something like this. Just more awkward to get to. Ooh, we gotta push out some air around that stamp. Does bottom loading make a cleaner install? Both of them can be very good. And it depends on your strengths. So a lot of people are gonna have this is why we teach bottom loading first. And then optional if you want to learn two staging. If you remove the obstacles, it's easier to get the film in place and way less steps. You spray it, you clean it, you drop the film in, you got a tinted window. If I have a seal in the way, I have to do way more steps, but I can still do it very efficiently. Okay, you guys cursed us because we've had 2 people now walk in today. And we typically don't have anybody walk in. I'm scared. What happened? What changed? Oh, nice. Okay. So this one says the humidity up there is 57. Temperature on the glass is somewhere around 120 degrees. Is it good money? Yeah, it definitely can be. They came to check out Tint Science Live. That's right. Everybody here is like, oh, Tint Science. It's so interesting. What kind of marketing does Expel do that makes their product look attractive? They've done influencer stuff. They have put millions and millions into just getting it into the mainstream to just make it more of a recognizable brand is probably the biggest one. Dealerships is another pretty big one, which I don't feel like is good for the actual dealers, but it does help move more rolls of film. They got into the Tesla app. So when you're leasing or buying a new Tesla, XPEL pops up, and do you want to get paint protection film or window tint at a local qualifying XPEL dealer? Oh, did this shift? How is it so far off? Oh, no, it didn't. Yikes. That's annoying. We'll see if this will fit. I had less space than I thought I had. So this top portion, see, this is why I don't like these two. See that top bit is pushing against the rubber, which means that we have to trim it. I should have cut a lot more exact. But we're seeing if we can fix it right now. It's looking pretty good. I do mostly hand cut and plotter cut. It's like 50-50 now. It just depends. Depends on the day, depends on the situation, and how I'm feeling. What do you recommend for a Camry? I don't want to go too dark. I don't want to go too see-through. 20. It's the most popular shade. It's right in the middle. Yeah, that's actually good. That turned out nice. I'd say the gel really helped in that situation. We'll double check on the outside. Oh, I forgot to turn on my phone. See, we have this after hours mode. If I click this button, now we're open. I forgot to put that on. Okay. 20 to me is a fishbowl. See, it's always subjective. Everybody's got preferences. And what might seem normal or light to somebody is dark to somebody else. That is very clean. We're gonna heat up the edge to make sure everything is pressed out. Oh, that's so clean. Look at that. Look at how clean that is. Double 5. Why not 2? They have darker than 5 now. We have a 2%. Some companies have a 3 or a 1%. 2% is over twice as dark as 5%. Film companies heard you. I like it. Let's see. So that still says 56. I'm going to move this and just see if we put it low. Oh, I don't want to put it in the water. That's not what I wanted. I got to put this somewhere else. Let's put it right here. Most places are 5, but in recent couple years, more places have something different. Can I lay a 5% sun strip on my 55% windshield? Yes, you can. It's a better way to do it. Then you don't see a seam. Why use a blade to scrape it instead of a pad to scrub it? This is often why. Stickers, adhesive, random gunk bits. If I were to remove a sticker, what would I use? The answer is razor blade, not a scrub pad. So a scrub pad is good, but it's good at loosening stuff, and it's harder to feel exactly what you're taking off the window, or if you're taking anything off the window. So just for your general build-up, scrub pads are really good. But if I want to make sure, that I removed something that stuck to the window, I'm going to use a razor blade. So I'll grab both, because we have small scrub pads. If I have more, let's say there's just more buildup, like on an older vehicle, see, we're scraping these off. Oh, it left adhesive behind. We scrubbed, right? The adhesive is still there. So just what can happen is I could do this, and everybody sees the suds, and wow, the window's so clean, but there might be stuff stuck behind. Where I can take a blade, scrape it across the surface, and if there's anything stuck, you generally will feel that and scrape it off. Does that make sense? How bad are smokers' cars? They can get incredibly scuzzy. That's a good example of something that I would prefer to use a scrub pad along with a razor blade, because you have that general tar. And when I take a blade and go over it, say we get these nice flat lines, but when you're removing adhesive, anybody that's done window film removal knows that sometimes, like if you push a little bit lighter with a razor blade, you'll sometimes skip over, or it'll leave little trails behind. So something like tar would loosen up pretty quickly if it's scrubbed. And so I could just cover more ground with a scrub pad quicker and just scrub that up. But when something's just more aggressive, we need to take drastic measures. That's where the razor blade comes into play. So most of the time I just use a blade. Any tips on tinting a Raptor? Look up any F-150 video. They're exactly the same. Unless you're talking about a Bronco Raptor or a Ranger Raptor. Or a dinosaur. All right, we're gonna peel this. Spray. And we want to get the long side on first. So this goes on first. I'm less concerned with that side. Just let that hang out there. We roll the tint up, push it against the glass, but we're not trying to like hard crease it. Just put some pressure there. We can sneak that into the seal, jump over to the other side. There's our overlap. We're going to pull that back. Again, roll the film up, and then slide that into our seal. So whenever you're two-staging, you're not just trying, you're flattening out the film. But have you ever seen the folding phones? They don't just like put a sharp bend. They have like a curve to it. So you're trying to do the same thing with the film. You're trying to curve it. So just don't like flatten it and just mash it against the window. You'll still typically get a small fold impression of some kind that we can fix with some heat. Where's my green boy? What? Oh, it was hiding. On the edge of my windshield, I get specks of something that looks like gunk, not dirt. What could it be? It could be gunk. I don't know, though. Typically, you're going to... If there's something there, it's typically dirt specks. Smeared adhesive, possibly. It's a little weird that it's on the side. We have a community that you can post in, though. Take some pictures, post it. Only on the edges at the end of the reverse roll. That, yeah, it's hard to say. I'm not sure offhand. Be easier to tell you if I saw it. We're binding up somewhere, so we gotta be careful. Not here. This, right here. See that? It's sliding, and then I'm just trying to finesse it so it doesn't bind up there. Okay, so whenever the film does this, I want it to lay flat like this side. I want it to go like completely flat, because what can happen is the film can just grab this part of the window, and then especially with like a more flexible film, if you just card down, it could fold over on itself, and then you got a crease there. So when I don't really have much of a choice. We should be fine, but I'm going to be careful. I'll show you. When I swipe my card here, I'm just going to watch it and then just go slowly and make sure it's putting enough pressure, basically like pulling the seal back. There it goes. And kind of like slides in. Because you can have so much pressure here with a seal, and then you have that bow, and then this part sticks, and this part wants to roll, and then next thing you know, you put a big crease line right down here. It used to get me all the time. I think a film like this has been really helpful. There's some trade-offs though. So Geo films are 1.5 mil. A lot of film companies are 1.5 mil, but some say they're 1.5 mil, and they just feel a little thinner. So they're just a little bit more tissue paper like. Oh, we just got a salad from there. Yeah, you want to do sandwiches? Okay.
2 deluxes?
Yeah. I do regular deluxe.
Yep.
I'll do the pepper jack as well. Pepper jack's fine. Just not the spicy one with the pepper jack. There's too much spice. The sweet sriracha sauce on the side. Oh, you know what? I want a frosted coffee too.
And what, the sriracha sauce?
Yeah. Sriracha sauce and ketchup. It's like a sweet sriracha. It's like Polynesian with Asian zing.
I love it. What was the other thing on?
For a drink, I want a frosted coffee. We used to do spicy deluxes, but the spice gets me. Pepper jack is peak. No, it's frost. It's like a blended shake. Yes. I don't know what section they have it under, but it's there. Might be under shakes. Yeah, probably.
Frosted coffee, there it is.
It's really good.
With chocolate syrup or cookie crumbles or not? Those are add-ons.
Oh, no, just however it comes. It's like if you took a cafe mocha. That's a bad spot for the temperature thing, I think. Let me see. Let me see. Ooh, yeah, that's toasty. And then what's this at? Let's see. Oh, no. Oh, come on. High temperature. We gotta move the probes around is what I've kind of figured. And I don't know where to put them. Let's do this really quick. I'm gonna try putting these in a different spot. We're trying to make sure our window film is well taken care of. I'm gonna just try putting these on the back side of the windshield. That's like one of the only spots I haven't really done yet. We're making a torture test for window film. So when people ask me about cheap films, I'm going to be more informed. But we're like, I want to have a couple of these. I'm just setting one up first. I want to get, I want to get them to fail quickly, and then we can get some type of a benchmark and see which ones last the longest. So this bulb is for UV, so UVA, UVB in some daylight spectrum. This one is more for IR, so temperature, and also more daylight spectrum. Let's see. 130. I didn't think this would be the biggest problem, but this is starting to become the biggest problem here. Temperature. I might have to put the temperature in a completely different spot because the glass is definitely getting hotter than what this is showing. So this is supposed to show me the current temperature, and then it turns off this bulb when it gets too hot. Okay. Humidity is probably better there, not in the direct. Oh, yeah. Let me know how much it is. I got to send you money for last week, too, right? Okay. Let me do that, and I'll throw that in there, too. Best tip to remove old tint from back window with defrosters, steamers, moisture. Those are the best. CMC powder. And what can be, what? Oh, like homemade? Yeah, a lot of guys are coming up with stuff. Look up Sun Distributing. So they make OptiGlide. They post how to make it. So if you want to make your own, they take some steps that just like buying a powder and throwing it in tap water. Theirs is just cleaner. But yeah, look it up. That's one thing I like about the OptiGlide is it's pretty transparent on like what's in it. Gels are mostly water with some additives. So like a very small amount of powder creates a gel. But there's different grades too. So one thing that was, I don't know, a little alarming for me personally is, I'll show you over on the board. Mic sounds a bit staticky. That's no good. That's never fun. I do a software update and everything changes. All right, let me touch this one up and I'll go check it out. I think if I click this button, I can hear it. Hello? Oh, I can hear it. Okay. Oh, that is staticky. Yeah. Why is it staticky? Hello? Is that better? Or is it still staticky? I'm having a hard time telling. I think that's better. Yeah, if it ever sounds like... Here, I'll keep it on for a minute and confuse myself. But if it ever seems... If it ever seems robotic-y and staticky, I feel like it still does. No, it's still staticky.
There's 2 Amazon packages here for you.
For me, that's exciting.
They look small, like something you're waiting on.
I can still hear it though. Is it better now? See, I started with my computer restarted. No, it's worse. How is it now? Let me switch. Let's try that. What is it?
The new, I had to get a little fan.
Oh, you got one of them too.
Yeah.
Oh, let me see.
It blows a lot.
Oh, this one's way beefier.
Push and hold the power button, and then there's a trigger button.
Yeah, these are cool. Yeah, I like those. Okay, let's install the quarter window. But now... Oh, okay, now I can hear it. That sounds good. Could be a couple weird things. I generally don't have an issue that I know of. But headphone on one side, microphone on the other can be a little bit better. Competing wireless signals next to each other. But it's weird. It's weird because it was fine. And it was reliable. And it was great. It's a Rode product made with another Rode product. And I didn't have issues with it. And then I do a software update. Because I just had to put a sound effect on it. And then it just goes to shit. So fun. Dang you, Rode. Thank you for getting my order out so quickly. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, we like getting orders out fast. My wife's over there. So if you put an order in, it gets packed up right away. We don't fuck around with that. Better. Well, this one is not Instagel. This one is OptiGlide. Thicker. What's your slip ratio for the kegs? I have 3 ounces of tint slip. So 1 ounce per gallon. And with Geo, I'm not afraid to go over that. Sometimes I will. So put like another 1/4 to 1/2 ounce in it sometimes. And just see how it slides. Yeah, see, now it says it's 104. But I know it's hotter than that. The surface temperature of the glass is at least 130, which is really good. Because that's what I was hoping for. Somewhere around like 120 to like 150. And I wanted to keep the humidity pretty stable too. And that's what's also kind of hard to monitor. So it's set at 70% humidity. But that one says it's 46. If I drop this in here, I guess I'll see. If I put it on the bottom, where did I put this? They didn't give me anywhere to stick it. Oh, I've already started to melt it too. TikTok ended. It does that. We'll start it again. Thank you, though. The probes. Where do the probes go? That's what I gotta play around with. No sound? No, there's definitely sound. Okay, I gotta do a windshield too. What time is it? 12:13. All right. Getting distracted. I'll let this cool back down. It's my business / professional hobby. That's why I set up a terrarium for a piece of glass. We gotta make sure that that he's content. Oh, we probably gotta turn this off. You could put a dimmer on the halogen. If I want to bring down the temperature, no matter what, it's going to be an oven. So the temperature is gradually going to heat up, and then something just needs to shut it off. Because I also want it to go through cycles, because that starts to stress out the adhesive more. If it gets hot, and then it starts cooling back down, and then we turn it back on again, and then it gets hot. Right, you're just putting, with IR, you're putting a lot of thermal stress on it. But what I didn't think I'd have much of a problem with is getting accurate readings. I bought things that have probes on them, and those probes are, oh, how did I do that? I didn't pay attention to where I put it yesterday. My little foot sill thing for this side. Dang it. I cut one in half yesterday. Now we're back to throwing a towel there. Bummer. So I'm a little surprised with the probe. I think I have to just split up where they are. Keep a temperature one probably closer to the light bulb itself, and then keep a humidity one maybe where it's at. But I don't know. I don't know for sure exactly like how accurate. So I'm throwing a few different things at them to try and figure that out. So this one is the humidity temperature, and then this other one here is the temperature, or the humidity percentage. Sorry. Let's stick that in there, and then we'll leave the temperature one somewhere up here, closer to the halogen, because the glass is clearly getting above a certain temperature. So I can put this one maybe up here and just like let you chill out. Oh, I don't hate that. That's kind of good. Set this back up. All right, how'd you stay in here before? Something like that. Yee! Let's not do that. Tint science. There we go. Something like that. And then we'll run it again and see where it goes. Just kidding. Let's leave it plugged in, maybe because that weight of the wire helped. That glass in, stable, center, and now we can adjust this. Ta-da! Do I take out the sweeps on an Audi? If you can. I don't. And then again, that's one of the cars that can be fairly difficult to remove as well. So just, I don't think anybody really likes Audis for that. Okay, stay. If you can stay there, I'm happy with that. Let's turn this up to like 130. There we go. All right, let's run it. Humidity, we'll set that at 60. Okay. I think that's going to be pretty good. I'm seeing this do a lot more. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that is better. Okay, so missed that too. Humidity, let's set to 85. We're making sure a windshield is in its natural habitat. This is what we're doing. Why? I don't know. It's how this stuff gets made. It's because I'm weird. Like that's where this shit comes from. That's why we have a flat glass wall. That's why we make squeegee handles over there. That's why I have glass boards on this. Like some things are very cool and some things are just like wait, what? I don't know. We're just going to try and make some window films fail. Torture test them. Cuz I wanted some type of, you know, everybody will sell you a box. and a lifetime warranty product at every price range. And people argue about it in the comments, this one versus that one, and blah 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 blah. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know how long they're gonna last until you live with them. And then, oh, it failed, so it failed for this reason. So what I want to see is some type of faster way of making, just put them through a bit of a torture test. We're throwing humidity, temperature, and IR, UV. And then we're going to see which ones last the longest. That's what it's about. Which ones last the longest? I have a hard time shrinking after glass aid. It would unironically probably be good for PPF testing too as well. Throwing a bunch of IR at PPFs to see which one's yellow faster. Or not IR, UV. I have a hard time shrinking after glass aid. I feel like I'll burn the small fingers at the end. You won't, but something that can help with that is this is a raised tape. On the end, it keeps the film lifted, lets air underneath it. You don't need it to look perfectly flat at the end with the tape here. So what I always do is trim it, remove the tape, and I do touch-ups regardless if I have tape or not. So just heat it with a heat gun, tops and bottoms after, and you'll be good. Okay, this is good. Temperature is temperaturing. I'd say a lot more realistically now. It's just about having your probes in probably the right spots. Yeah, I think that's way better. Surface temperature of the glass is like 120. And then the humidity is pretty stable with that probe over there. So watch, this is gonna get to 130, and then it shuts off, this lamp, and this is gonna keep it humid. This will still keep it like a little bit warm, but this is mainly for UV. So then this is going to come down in temperature. See, we're at 125. It's going to drop down to 100, kind of let things cool off a bit. I could let it drop all the way to like 80 degrees or less, and then kick it back on. Go through like day-night cycles. I thought windshield tint was illegal. Well, not if you... Are you going to tell on us? In Michigan, it's legal with a doctor's note. That's still a thing here. Yeah, so it's the same for front side window tint. Illegal is such a strong word. Ah, that's from a movie. What movie is that? I need to start talking to my doctor. All right, let's cover up the dash. Oh, we were gonna do seat covers too. Let's grab those. I use 20-inch rolls Oh, use a 20-inch roll of factory cut. Frowned upon. Oh, look at that. It came back on. That's pretty sick, actually. I like that a lot. Humidity's a lot more accurate now, which is good. Temperature is slowly climbing. Okay, it's all working now. Good stuff. What is that invention? That is a terrarium, basically. It's gonna be a film stress tester. Should we take this off? I like to remove these. This might be the perfect amount of like, it's fine. And we'll just work around it. So this is Florida, is what this is. We traveled to Florida to stress test some window film. Does gel help to get less contamination in those tight, dirty quarter panels? Yes. Quarter windows, it's amazing for. Quarter windows and windshields are my favorites. Stress testing for lizards. You never know when you're gonna get a lizard. Okay, so when I do a towel, see that? That's what I go for. I want to make sure that that is tucked completely into the front. And to keep it from getting in the way, I try and make sure it's nice and flat. Not every dash is going to be perfect for that. This is a little bit on the tighter side too. But water, when we spray it on the shield, is going to run. Newer Grand Cherokees? No, I haven't had an issue with them. But it's a Jeep. All your Chrysler products are just more water sensitive. I've definitely seen posts of like some older ones with leather dashes, just like leather gets wet and then it contracts and freaks out. So just like go into them with some caution. Check what material the dash is. They're largely just plastic or soft touch foams. Oh, this is the carbon. Carbon 50. Let's go. It's the temperature at 124. This is good. This is good. Yep. Yep, that's really accurate. Cool. Okay, we dialed it in. It's about putting the probes in the right spots. Let the humidity build up where the humidity can build up. And then same thing for the temperature. Put that in a spot where it gives us a pretty accurate idea of what's coming off of that bulb close to the glass. Nice. I like that. See, this is why I don't like a towel. Towels fall off. This is carbon 50 going on the windshield. Yes, this is a 36-inch roll. See how much space we still have at the top and the bottom? It's not crazy, but still got a fair amount of film to play with. 36s are really good on most windshields. That's trucks, SUVs. It's mostly the like your caravans, transits. A lot of times it's your more obvious big ones. There's still a little damp there. Right here. Just a touch. There we go. Always make sure your dryer sheets are dry. There we go. Heat gun. Heat gun on high. And we're gonna shrink this puppy. Do you hand cut all windshields? Yes. Software for windshields is way worse. It's not that the windshields don't ever line up. It's that your risk of them not lining up and then causing you to redo the entire thing at the worst possible time is so much higher. So I don't find enough of a time savings to chance it. Like we just tried doing a sunroof the other day. And dude, there's so much extra stuff that goes in. Like you don't find out a windshield pattern doesn't fit until it's installed. And it can be super close, but then you have a small gap on the side or around the mirror. Oh, that cutout wasn't quite right. And it causes dirt or a gap. And then you have to redo the entire thing. But what did I have to go through? I still had to load it in the plotter, find the windshield, cut it, weed it, shrink it, clean the glass, install it, just to figure out if I saved a little bit of time with the plotter on the windshield. I just don't find that trade-off worth it. The reason why windshields can be really inconsistent is because there's so many more variations on a windshield That was a weird comment. I don't agree with that at all. But so on windshields, you have way more glass replacements, way more variations for the cutouts, and a lot of windshields will have versions from year to year or mid-year change based on like hardware stuff. Like there can be 5 or 6 different types of windshields for different trim levels. And all the door windows are going to be the same. All the back windows are going to be the same. So a software company is going to get the vehicle. They're going to pull it in, right? And then get the patterns for that. And they're going to get it based on what they have there and try and source the rest of them as they go. But it's also based on demand. Like if I've got a Kia Sportage in my system, most people are content enough with all the sides and the rear and trying to support the 6 variants for the windshields is going to be lesser priority. It's going to, I got to get other vehicles in my system. So it's not that they don't do windshields. It's just they're way less supported because there's just not as big of a priority. Do you know a tinter Chris Vansicle? What a weird comment right now. I saw his truck go by this morning. Yeah, he's out at a tag in Troy. Beat me at a tint competition. Yeah, I know Chris. He's a great guy. He's got a shop near me. I still have to just go over there. I keep forgetting. It's super close. They used to do more window tint. He got into graphics. And his business went a lot more into commercial graphics. Like end-to-end stuff. Design, print, install. But they got a lot of fleet work and stuff. It's super cool to see. I think his name was Bubbles back in high school. Not for the window tint he puts out, that's for sure, though. We went to the same competition. He was the guy that beat me out. I want to say I placed second that year, and he placed first. I think it was that year. 44 Tools used to throw competitions because they were a Lumar distributor. It was a really fun event to go to every year. I heard his shop was for sale. I saw a Facebook post. Is it really still for sale? Have you tried high-tech film? Under a high-tech box, no. They have good films, though. High-tech's owned by Solar Control, which is a global distributor. So some of their, one of their film lines is going to be global. But since they're under high-tech, they have other, they have like carbon ceramic films too. You wouldn't be able to get that with only being global. Tint Depot, High Tech, Solar Control, same company. Good people. Is there any difference between GeoShield ceramic tint line like clarity or tone? They have 3 different automotive ceramic films. There are definite differences. C2 and Apex, C2 especially, is going to have more of a neutral color tone. They're just built differently. So Pro Nano is a dyed ceramic, and oh my god, I didn't even notice this popped up. Thank you. Waffle fries. And a frosted coffee, good stuff. But Pro Nano is a dyed ceramic. C2 ceramic is a carbon ceramic. And then Apex is essentially 2.5 layers of ceramic, but it's got the same like C2 carbon, C2 ceramic base. And the color tones in that one were a lot better. I don't use High Tech. I just have to imagine they're going to be very similar. Just from what I know about both of those companies. GeoShield is going to ship from Baton Rouge and Vegas, so they have 2 distribution points. So if you're from the west, you get film a little bit faster. If you're in the south, similar time frames. Do you recommend OptiGlide? Yeah, I've liked using it. I don't have anything bad to say about it. The one trade-off with Instagel is it's thinner, but it wasn't made specifically for tint for what we're using it for in mind. It's a PPF gel that also is safe for window films, and I've liked using it. But if I have both of them side by side, price points are the same. I'll just grab OptiGlide over Instagel. But I'm sure people are going to have preferences one to another. I think Instagel, because it's a little bit thinner, it's also going to be a little bit quicker to clean up. So just trade-offs. Would you prefer more C2 or Apex? Oh, Apex. But like, it's like deciding how much storage you want on a phone. Like for some people it's going to matter a lot, and for some others it doesn't matter at all. So deciding C2 ceramic or Apex is all about budget and heat performance. If you have more money to throw at it, just get Apex. For the color tone, they're going to be so similar, you're not going to notice. I'll show you the sample boards we got up front. It's not like Pro Nano versus C2 or Apex. I like it. I'm actually really happy with that. We gotta put some film on there. Let it cook overnight. We'll just keep an eye on it. But yeah, I have the display boards. I'll show you up front. Along with the Pro Nano one. Let's take a trip. Oh, did I put it in the back? I don't want to get the Pro Nano one. Another time. Okay. So these are the 3 films that we sell: C2 Carbon, C2 Ceramic, and Apex. These are all part of the same family. This is Carbon. One reason it looks darker is because it has a background. This is a carbon film. This is the same base carbon, but it's got a layer of ceramic. This is the same base carbon, but has 2 layers of ceramic in it. So they're all related. Color tones are going to be very similar between them. So this is Apex versus Apex on top, C2 ceramic on the bottom. And keep in mind that I don't have the 40% shade in the Apex display, even though I do have the film. 35, 35, 20, 20, 15, 15. So like even the 50s, they're so similar, you're not gonna notice any huge difference between them. They're all very neutral, very nice films. Oh, this is the only, see how these dried clear? That was important. That was the only thing that concerned me about it. Do you have them available? GeoShield has them on their site. We should put them on ours, though. What is Pro Nano? Pro Nano, let's take a, okay. So Pro Classic, this is their dyed film. Pro Nano, this is their dyed ceramic. These 2 are part of the same family. Pro Nano, Pro Classic, Pro Pro. C2 Carbon, C2 Ceramic, and Apex, those are part of the same family. That's why these 2 are similar pricing. It's just a trade-off in material type, but you're essentially getting a very similar performance. The trade-off is Pro Nano performs a little bit better, but the color tones are not as neutral. C2 has more neutral color tones. C2 is not better just pure performance-wise. Like if you put both of them in front of a heat lamp, C2 is just not going to be quite as good. And so we installed Pro Classic and Pro Nano for a long time. When Pro Dearie me. Put my screwdriver somewhere too. Hang on 1 second. I'm gonna go in the back room. I'll get that display. 1 second. Where did my screwdriver go though? Oh, I don't see it in here. Where's the display? Here's the display board. If I tinted a window, do you think you could tell me what tint is on there? No. No, that's the thing. There's no real visual indicator. Here, let's put this against a white wall. So this is Pro Nano's color samples. The 50 leans a little blue. 35 leans a little bit more brown. 20, it's, again, leans a little bit warmer, but it's way more neutral. And then there's a 15 in here and 5. So compared to the C2, that's why we went with C2 instead. But there's a little bit of history there. Oh, I got these ones up here. I don't know where my screwdriver went. Where's just a little? There's too many. There's too many options. It looked like a good idea, and it is a good idea. But there's too many. Is there any Phillips? There's no oh wait, this is all what, security? Oh, up to this. I see. I think this one. I got this for a phone apparently. What was I thinking? That probably has like 3 bits that I'm actually going to use. Boop. Thank you. I've been eating a few. I did tint recently for my car, but it looks like on the back window it did not stick to the window heating elements. There's air around the lines. Is that normal? Yeah, pretty normal. I don't know how bad your defroster lines look, but you will see it's a raised surface, just like the dot border. Any raised surface is going to show some type of air gap. There's no way around that. How do you get the tint guide around the tape around a sharper corner? You can cut it. You don't need to get it to wrap around perfectly around a corner, but like a tight 90-degree corner is going to be harder versus just like a general bend, like a rounded corner. So some mirrors have some really funky, sharp angled cutouts. I would just cut the tape and just do a few pieces. How do they compare to XR Plus? Apex is going to be an alternative to XR Plus. It'll go toe-to-toe with XR Plus for less money. Fun fact about XBEL is they're not they don't own their own manufacturing. So they have films. Granted, they're big enough that they're going to have their own film lines from these manufacturers. But last I knew, and you can check shipping imports, all their window films come from India, and Guari's in India. So their lines are going to be very similar to Pro Classic and Pro Nano. Just in terms of like the technology that's available. Guari doesn't do carbons. Guari does ceramics and dyes. Carbons are mainly like an Asian technology. Your mic is fed up. Again? What's it doing now? Does it sound all... Let me squeegee. Let me see. Yeah, we gotta check it again. Is it getting staticky? Cool Max ceramic. I didn't appreciate the haze on that one. Oh. Okay, we're gonna restart TikTok then. Weird. Alright, let's restart it. Makes no sense. Yeah, because everything else is muted. General settings. I'm gonna go try changing that. Noise suppression off. Echo cancellation off. Yeah, let's just try that. And on here, I'm just gonna turn off processing. Make sure effects are off too. Okay, that's good. Still lines up. All right, that's round 3. We'll see if that works. Okay, where are we at? We are at installation. We need to make sure we have some gels. We have some gels. We need to make sure we have a towel. We have a towel. And one of these, and we should be good. Keep that up out of the way. Should stay down too. All right, let's go. Any tips on removing a back glass with a trash bag? It's about getting it hot and letting the moisture sit there under the sun. And it's effectively steaming the back window. So if it's not hot, it's not going to work very well. And even then, it still might leave a lot of glue behind. Steamer's not going to necessarily be any better. Yeah, 20, 30 minutes. Let it bake and then see how it is. And then you can always leave it on longer. It's not a guarantee. It's your best bet at not using a steamer. You know, all right, it's go time now. The most fun part. Wipe that off. And we're going to peel this close to the mirror. And we're going to lay this back down. Nope. Tint is not on yet, but it will be soon. We're going to hop to the other side. Wipe off the outside and do the exact same steps. More concerned with the edges. Still so clear. Yeah, it's a 50. It's not going to make it super dark. There we go. Douse the outside, and now we're going to roll it all up. Can you go live for removal? I don't get very many removals. I have removal videos, though, that you can look up. Like live streams. They're tedious and boring. All I do is I take a steamer, heat up the film, hold the steam wherever I'm pulling, and try and get as much film off the window It's already shrunk. It's ready to go. Or should I confuse people and say it's a pre-cut? I don't have to shrink. That's not true. I shrunk it. Film removals are tedious. You can find so many good videos on film removals. Suffering through somebody with a film removal sucks. The purple towels from your website are blessed. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I really like them too. They've been great. Is two-staging an F-150 ideal? Two-stagers will say yes. Bottom loaders will say no. It's a very easy window to tint, though. You just don't have much for seals in the way at all, both on the sides and the bottom. All right, we are installing a windshield. We are not removing a windshield right now. So I want to get the left side up on the window. See how that's nice and stable? It's not falling, it's not flapping around. Every little bit that you unroll, both from top to bottom, you want to get that stuck on the window so then it remains stable. And then you hold your hand in the same spot with the roll. So you don't want to pull the roll away from the windshield because that's going to cause the whole windshield to flap back. The film part on the inside or the outside? It looks like it's on the inside right now. Because it is. Oh, this liner part, the thing about the reverse roll is the liner unrolls and it looks like it's coming, like it rolls to the back side of it. It's just kind of crazy how it works, but it works. I can take another piece of film and show you. Take that out of the car. We can rinse off the rest of it because it's here, might as well. And then tuck this up onto the shield. Oh yeah, you can definitely close up the windows while you're doing a removal. Anything that keeps the steam where you want it. But like excessive moisture on everything, like including your headliner and stuff. Right? Just you do a little caution with that. But yeah, any added boost for a little while is going to be a good thing. Humidity. You want humidity and steam. There we go. I'm doing the black trash bag method this weekend. I know you've been telling us. What messages are you responding to? We're streaming in a couple places. Or I hear voices in my head. Soap, I use Tint Slip. Alright, let's hop to the other side. Gonna snag a fry. Dip. Palmolive. 7th gen Palmolive Dawn. They're all degreasers. They're not my go-tos. I would just use a baby shampoo before I use a dish soap. Okay, this is weird. I just keep wiping and I still find glue. I keep wiping. It's like a Sharpie. Baby shampoo is fine. So the thing about dish soaps and like other detergent style soaps, it's like dish soaps are made to cut grease. And break stuff down. So like just in any of the dish soaps, it's just less recommended for it. Because you're putting a product there made to break stuff down. Baby shampoos are just very mild soaps. So it's way safer to use like a baby shampoo than it is a dish soap. But I get it, trying to figure out the right product that has the right slide for the films that you're using. Like sometimes they just work better. My mix for a long time was 3 ounces of baby shampoo, 1 ounce of Dawn. Why does Tint Club recommend dish soap? Because they're stupid? I don't know. It's not a smart thing to tell your entire installer base to use. They do want to make things easier for their dealers. Are they trolling? I mean, if they're really saying that, I doubt they would be trolling. But I don't know. I don't think they would troll their own user base. They want people to have good installs. I have seen people say that you have to adjust your soaps if you're used to other window films because they generally have a lighter adhesive. But dish soaps, I didn't know they were recommending that. But what I would hope, and I can't say for sure, is like if you have an issue with your film and the company told you to use a particular product, I would then expect if there was any type of issue with that product because of that, that they would cover that warranty. You know? Like, hey, we did what you told us to do. Now we have issues. So it must just be such a non-issue, really. But I wouldn't intentionally use something that was just not recommended for window film adhesives. Ah, it's so close. Yeah, they still should cover it. They literally put it in writing and told you to do it, right? I think I got it. All right, cool. Tint on top of tint. It's not recommended. Nobody will warranty it, but it generally is fine. A good beginner tint. Something that doesn't cost a lot of money, that's easy to practice with, but I would quickly like up it to something better. I'd be way more inclined to buy half rolls of something better. But hang tight. I don't have something to directly recommend other than for practice, which would be T-View, but something might be coming. Cool. Let's wipe down the other side. Yeah, T-View is the one for practice. UV run. What do I think? I've been overall like, is it okay for the money? Yeah. Is it great for new people? Generally no. The only film that I liked from them was Pure Max. Pure Max is a fairly decent carbon. But what I don't know, and what always scares me about companies, is like carbons are more likely to bubble, like have some type of adhesive failure, than they are to change color tones. So like we all know ugly purple window film. And that's the dyes failing. But carbons are way more stable because there's carbon. But you're way more likely to see the adhesive bubble and fail. Where's my glass cleaner? Oh, just give me a... I need to put these somewhere. Do I have a can of invisible glass still? Ooh. Dang. I wish I did. I must have used it at some point. Oh, I do. Okay, I'm gonna try this one today. I typically use sprayway, but I haven't like actually used invisible glass all that much. Invisible glass, I think, is more alcohol based. I can smell the alcohol in this stuff. Anything that dries fast, though, is gonna do really good at cleaning glass. Sometimes you get so used to using something that you're like, maybe I should try that other thing again. OptiClide versus Important. I'm having a hard time seeing an actual difference between them. So if you've used Important, give Opti a try. If you've tried Opti, give Important a try, and just make your own comparisons. That's what we were doing yesterday. We did a tack test. Instagel, Important, and OptiGlide. Biggest difference that I noticed is obviously the thickness between Instagel and these two. But then also the residue that Important leaves behind. You want to make sure that that's all wiped down. What were you saying? Apex would be better than XPEL and cheaper? No, GeoShield has a film called Apex that is a dual layer ceramic film. That's what XR Plus is. It's a multi-layer ceramic film. The performance of both of those films are going to be very close to each other. And Apex is just less money, cost-wise. Huh? Who's this guy? I have no idea what he's talking about right now. Nice. Oh, this customer. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're just wrapping it up now. Looks good. I struggle with contamination. Contamination. Gel can help. Practice can help. Everybody struggles with contamination. That's why tinting is what it is. It's just difficult. Where am I getting what? Oh, OptiGuide? Yeah, we're stocking it now. So, 313tint.com. If you use the code 313tint, right now you'll save 5% on tools, but so click here, 313tint.com, OptiGlide. Wha-bam. Oh man, that's an ugly picture. We gotta update that. Geo distributor? We've been a Geo distributor for like 3 years. No, 5 years probably at this point. Yeah, 5 years. Oh, this one we used. This one's new. Let's use this one. Tyler tape. What's Tyler tape? Yeah, that all came about when I was looking for like we had a store. And then we were looking for, like, I was opening up shop, and I was looking for a film, something that had, like, clean branding and a really clear upgrade path, and something that I knew I could trust. And around that time, Geo had come out with their carbon, their C2 carbon. And so my lineup for a long time was Pro Classic, C2 Carbon, Pro Nano. And then a couple years ago now, a little bit longer than that for Apex, but Apex came out and I didn't know where to put it. Good. Oh, it's a faster way to just touching up these little spots. You just got to be careful. Just don't get it too close to the side for long. Amen. Oh, Tyvek tape, not Tyler tape. It's like, I've never heard of Tyler tape. We got new tape now. Oh, it's just so tiny. Oh, fucker. Oh, it didn't. Well, should we ship it like that? You think they'd notice? You think they'd notice that big hole right there? It tore. Yikes. It's okay, it's just a quarter window. But we gotta get it done ASAP. We need a template. Oh, we got one. We need film. Damn it, I put it away. $20. No, 35. 35. See, I always grabbed the 20. Leave that one clear. Yeah, they definitely wouldn't notice. I've done that once. Left quarter window untinted. That was an oopsie. I was rushing through my day. It wasn't here. I was mobile. I blame poor lighting. A rare moment in history? I don't think so. I still don't know how much I'm gonna like this template. More nervous about the top portion. Good. We cut it out the right way. Let's see how clean we are. Oh, no glue left behind. That's cool. It's my little touch-up earlier. Unfortunately, it did not go perfectly. It was close, and then it snagged. Pattern's good. Cool. Looks good. I like it. It fits. It fits. It ships. Fantastic. Oh, fucker. Nope. That was probably not smart. Yeah. Can't win them all today. Who would have thought forced air at the very edge of the quarter window might be a bad thing? No! I know. That's how I feel right now. I'm not happy about it. I've been happy with that little thing. But we're going to be careful next time. I need my... I know, they're silly. It's okay, we'll have it done in 10 seconds. 10 seconds! Oh, it's all good now. We'll use a heat gun instead. Because it's fresh. It needed time to tack up, and I just went about it too fast. Which gel is the best? See, I keep hearing that. But after you use a few of them, I don't feel like it really, like, Instagel versus Important. Like, I just want them to dry clean, be cost effective, you know, and do as they're intended. So many of them are similar enough as far as like a gel around the edges keeps it fairly clean, not super runny. Like, that's the whole point. So Important's good. Oh yeah, that looks nice. And what's it dry up like? This is what Instagel dries up like. This is what Important Sauce dries up like, which is what I don't like. And then this is what OptiGlide dries like. So make of that what you will. All right, I gotta deliver this one. It's all set. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you. But I'm gonna say